I've been using Windows 11 for the longest time, and I've learned that people are definitely right about some aspects of Windows, specifically the built-in applications. In my opinion, a lot of their apps have plenty of issues, so I spent the last few days looking for replacement apps to make Windows 11 easier to use. So without further ado, let me show you them. Now, for the first application that I want to replace, it will be the stock Windows 11 or Windows 10 video player. Now, this is honestly not that bad, but there's just a few things that I don't like about the stock video player. First off, it seems a little too user-friendly, so there's not really many things that you can change. If I right-click on it, there is pretty much no other controls. The only thing that you can change would be your volume, of course, the subtitles or the audio track. You can play, and then besides that, there really isn't much else to do. If I click this, it's a whole bunch of very useless things. And it also, whenever you open a video, it does take a minute to actually open the video, so it just doesn't really work that well, and it just doesn't look good in general. But I actually have found an application that will easily replace this and is more useful for people who work with videos for a living. The name of the application is MPCHC. This is another video player, but this is way better, especially for professional use. So the reason why I like this more is because, one, it just looks better in general, looks more professional, but two, there's a lot more things that you can actually do with this. So even if you are not using this for professional reasons, this is still just way easier to use and way more useful in general. So for instance, if I right click on a video, you can already see that there's way more things that you can do. I can full screen, I can do all of these regular things, but if I look to the audio track, change the audio track, video track, change that. I can change the renderer settings from directly on the video. I can also add filters and shaders. There's just so many other things that I can do. And this just looks way easier to navigate compared to the last one, where the stock video player for Windows 10 and 11 just doesn't look that good. So for instance, if I click play here or the pause, it pauses the video as normal. But there's so many other things that you can do. You can open a file /URL. So if you want to actually take a video file from the internet, you can actually take it and put it here and watch it from here. So that's honestly really cool. Now, the next application is Photos, and this one is actually very similar to what I believe is wrong with the stock Windows 10 and 11 video player. There just simply isn't enough functionality. First off, they already tried to stuff OneDrive down your throat. Same thing with Clipchamp, Designer, and you can also just browse all of your photos and videos, which isn't that bad. But in general, there just isn't much to do. Of course, they give you the useful things like the resolution, the size of the file, and then besides that, there really isn't much else for you to do. You can search with Bing, but nobody uses Bing. And then you can also scan it for text, which is actually pretty cool. But besides that, there really isn't much else to do. But this next application absolutely sweeps the base Photos application, and the name of that application is Image Glass. And as you can see, this already looks way more clean and actually has more functionality. So for instance, I can go ahead and zoom this out a little bit so that I can better control it, but you can see I can rotate it, so easy. I can also flip it, easy. Same thing, I can crop it directly from this application, which is also really crazy. You can see that this is something I'm fairly sure you cannot do in the base Photos application. And if you can, it's most likely knowing Windows is not nearly as easy to do compared to this application. You can also lock the zoom ratio, you can change, you can scale to width, do so many other things, checkerboard background. It's just honestly so cool. And again, it looks way more clean. Now, of course, I have themes set onto my windows to make it have this frosted glass background, but even without that, this honestly looks way better. And compared to the other one, this looks way better, and it has way more functionality than the other one. You can literally crop this image easily directly from here. So if I want to change this from 1080p to something even smaller, I literally could, which is insane. And then last but not least, we have the Notepad. And you guys might not agree with me with this, but I honestly think that the Notepad is also kind of bland, which we are starting to see a pattern here. Every single one of Windows 10 or 11 applications or stock applications all seem to be very bland and not really give you much functionality until you download some third-party application which does it 10 times better. But for this application, you can see that there are some other things, but the reason why I don't like this is because this really can't be used for anything other than editing text, and it literally is only text. You can't edit code. For instance, here you can see that this is code, but I actually had to write all of this code through Visual Studios. So that makes sense, but again, just why would I want to always open up a clunky application like Visual Studios when I could have a notepad that does it on its own? So for instance, if I take some code from ChatGPT and I plop it here, it will not auto format anything, and it just looks horrible. And just in general, this again is just really bland. There's no other things that you can use to make this better. But then you have this application, and the name of that application is Notepad++. And the reason why I like this application is because it genuinely is useful. So for instance, if you look, it can tell that this is a Python file. And for instance, if I go and I click enter and I go about here and I do 4D and devices equals, and then I click enter, it instantly knows what I'm trying to do. And then I just click enter and it puts me here instead of putting me all the way over here. So I'm sure you can make the argument that the other one is simply for text, but this is also used simply for text too. So for instance, if I want to go and click new, I can also just make regular text too, and it won't format it as if it's code. But the idea of using a notepad application for not just text editing just sounds really good, and in general it looks way better. There's way more to actually use and to make your entire experience way better. So for instance, I can save here, save all. These are pretty normal things. Of course, all of these are normally here, which are also there, but you can also copy, paste, you can cut things, you can undo, you can find, and you can also zoom in, zoom out. So this one doesn't really have many useful functionalities here, but there's also other plugins that you can add. It's like a hex editor. There's just so many different things that you just can't do in the base stock Windows 10 or 11 notepad. And there's just so many other things you can run. You can add a macro that will instantly type things out for you. There's different tools that you can set up. So again, you should be using something other than the stock notepad, because again, that one, unless you simply never use a notepad, you should be using something like this because it works for literally any type of file. It works for code, it works for regular notepads, and it just looks better and looks more useful for professional people, and even for people who don't do professional things on their PC.